Hello, everybody. It's JON'S and CornNation back in the bathroom again. Something I said I wouldn't do this season. It was a goal to not do any videos from the bathroom, any post-game reactions from the bathroom. But here we are after that shitty Colorado game. Colorado wins 36-14. I think everybody came into this game, Nebraska fans came into this game and thought, well, there's no way that Jeff Sims can have the same crappy game against Minnesota where he basically gave them all the points. And then you watch the first half of the game and you realize Jeff Sims pretty much gave them all the points. And listen, it's hard to find things to say about this. And I imagine if it's hard for me to say things about this, imagine how hard it is for a defense or a team as a whole to look at this with any hope or with any confidence that you're going to be fine when you're a quarterback who your coaches insist on putting on the field plays like that. I mean, I can get you turn the ball over on an interception sometimes. But when you're dropping the ball, you're fumbling the ball, and you kind of just look at it and you try to pick it up, or you make some kind of half fucking assed attempt at trying to recover the fumble, that I don't get. The guy's reaction time was probably a little bit better than my cat-like reflexes at the age of 61, having a brain injury and having been dead once. That's the part that irritated me most about this, is there really wasn't anything there. You know, my guys in Slack argued, there was an argument that, well, he gives us the best chance to win, and he came out with that long run in the second half to score. And you kind of look at it and go, yeah, well, that doesn't seem to do much to counter the downside. Were there positives? Yeah, I think the positive was the defense played pretty well. Listen, Colorado has a very good quarterback. I mean, we sacked him, 7 times? That's good. But when he's not under pressure, he can be very accurate. And they have good receivers, obviously. They have some good players. They're going to make plays. Teams make plays. If you get really down on the defense, I don't know what's wrong with you, because, well, teams are going to make plays and they're going to make yardage, and we gave up a lot of it today. It didn't help that the defense was left out there for long periods of time because our offense couldn't stay on the field. Special teams, we missed a long field goal, 45-yard field goal. You know, it happens. Freshman kicker, that was disappointing. Maybe there would have been a little bit more confidence going into the second half. We made that field goal. All the kicks were touchbacks on both sides. I thought fielding the punt inside the 10 scared the hell out of me. These special teams were kind of so-so. They weren't great. We didn't see a nice kick return to put some pizzazz into anything. The offensive line, well, they couldn't block a team that gave up 768 million yards to TCU on the ground last week. So the entire offense is a work in progress. And kudos to Colorado. I mean, they played a good game. We held them at bay for much of the first half, and then they came out and got their crap together, and the offense started clicking. And like I said, they do have some good players. And I know that a lot of you Colorado people are going to come in and give me a whole bunch of crap on the YouTube channel with comments about, ha, 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 we kicked your ass. And I don't think that bothers me that much because, you know, if you're going to dish it out, and I can dish it out sometimes, you should be able to take it. And that's fine with me. What's going to bother me is going to be the Nebraska on Nebraska crime that's going to happen. You know, the people that are going to be like, ooh, they came out last week. Well, we shouldn't have hired Matt Rule. We should have hired Deion Sanders. We should have hired Urban Meyer. We should have gone, this guy will never win a game, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess so far you're right. It is year 1, game 2, and oh my God, we're 0-2. But, you know, like I said, I think last week, or I said it in one of the videos, this stuff is already hard enough without that shit going on. So if you could minimize the Nebraska on Nebraska crime just because you want to be right about shit, I'll probably ban you from both my website and my YouTube channel if you pile that stuff on too much. Because quite frankly, I said this earlier, I think you're just assholes. This is going to take a while. We know we've heard that. We're all sick of it. It's certainly going to take a while with this offense. One thing that I didn't like about the game was, you know, I noticed that Colorado had a turnover thrown, and in no way did they let Jeff Sims come over and sit in it, because that would have been very, you know, sportsmanlike. Let's see what else happened in the game. Well, what probably else happened in the game is most of the hope for the season went down the toilet. Because if that's going to be our starting quarterback, and I'm sure we're going to hear this week about how Jeff Sims gives us the best chance to win, even though, my God, it looks like the moment's way too big for him. It looks like his confidence is shit into the ground. And I don't know how you expect to put your defense back out there and go, yeah, this guy's our starting quarterback. Be ready to play 25 minutes a game and keep the other team under 10 points because that's all we can score. By the way, my wife wanted you all to know that this is my bathroom. She is not responsible for cleaning my bathroom. So this is my mess and not hers. She's a very nice lady. I don't know why she stays married to me, but she has. The other good news is, I don't know if you've seen the rest of the Big Ten West, but it's a shit show. And Nebraska could actually win games because the rest of most of our competition is pretty terrible. But I can understand it if a lot of Nebraska fans are just going to check out and really not watch these games anymore because this offense is, I don't know, it's infuriating. It's like watching a family that's very dysfunctional right in front of you try to get their shit together, and you're like, I don't know what's going to happen this Thanksgiving. Everybody's going to be sober and congenial for 5 minutes, and everything is going to go to shit. And then the next 2 hours will be congenial, and everything's going to go to shit. That's what it's going to be like this entire season. I guess for those of us that grew up in dysfunctional families, we're probably going to be fine. The rest of you, well, if I was a therapist in Nebraska, I'd be raising my bill per hour rate right fucking now. What? Those guys are going to make a shit ton of money. Befriend them. Maybe you'll get the friendly rate. Okay, I don't know what else to say about this game. Northern Illinois comes up next. I could be angrier. It's kind of a controlled rage thing. But it is year one, game 2 for Matt Rule. And number 2, this is exhausting. I think this game aged me, and now I'm 463 years old. And I got to believe the rest of you feel the same way. I look forward to your comments. Kind of. And you know the catchphrase. There is no hope. Fuck everything. Go Big Red. I was hoping I really wouldn't have to say that this year, but here we are. I thank you for your support. And, you know, let's try to stay together as much as we possibly can. Love you all. Goodbye.